Let's make history. Is Elon Musk a neo-Nazi? The internet is on fire right now because of a controversial hand gesture that he did at Trump's inauguration. And it did look like a Heil Hitler salute. It could be interpreted as that, definitely. However, I promise you, Elon Musk is not a neo-Nazi. That was a Roman salute, actually. That's a Roman salute, hand to the heart, then hand out, arm out. And it was used by other countries as a symbol of nationalism. But when the Nazi Party did take that on, it got a negative connotation to it. So that's why we just do the hand over the chest. Originally, that's how it was. But he's not a neo-Nazi. He just he did a visit to Israel with Ben Shapiro. Shout out to Ben Shapiro. They did a visit together. Ben Shapiro is like one of the most Jewish people ever. He's very, very Jewish. You don't get more Jewish than Ben Shapiro. And they did a visit just recently to Israel. Also, this administration is heavily, heavily pro-Israel. As we saw with the comment that Trump made, he said when he gets in office, this is like a week or two ago, when he gets in office, if Hamas still has hostages, all hell is gonna break loose. And you see they immediately came to the table and opened up discussions. That was kind of an alley-oop to Biden too, but I don't think the deal's done yet, but they came to the table very quickly. Point being, Trump is heavily pro-Israel. The whole administration, which Elon Musk is a part of, so no, that's not what you think it is. And then Bernie Sanders was pointing out how Elon Musk endorsed, believe it's the AID party in Germany, which is a far right-wing party that's come to power, is ascending in Germany. And so Bernie Sanders like, oh, they're neo-Nazi. As far as if they're neo-Nazi, I haven't looked that deep into the party to tell you. However, Elon Musk is basically endorsing the far right style of government. And that's going on. This is a wave right now throughout Europe and the world. This is why Trump just got elected. And it's going on in Hungary. Shout out to Viktor Orban. And people who look at them as their races know they're nationalists and they're not going to have a massive immigration ruining their country. And it's not being xenophobic. It's if you want to run a country well, you want to have a tight ship. You know, you can't just let people just flood in like that. And it's proven to be a disaster. If you look at what's going on in Europe, all throughout Europe and France, all these countries that have adopted these far left policies, this far left approach towards governing. And it's a mess. Same thing in America. That's how we got Trump. Hello? So, Elon Musk supporting the AID, that's expected. And that's what's going on right now in the world. You have this almost like a showdown, and the right is winning. And that's a good thing that the right is winning, because the left is it's a disaster zone, and it leads towards basically a diet version of socialism. Peace to everybody in the chat. It's socialism light. It's diet communism. The direction the left is going in, and the right is much better. I'm going to tell you because Basically, the right is about, hey, self-sufficiency, go for yours, minimal government just to keep things in order, but go for yours. Like, fly, my brother, fly. Like, you know, and all the identity politics out the window. We don't need that anymore. It was a time where, yes, these issues had to be addressed during the civil rights era, pardon me, and all these things, but it's time we move forward. Look, shout out to a Clarkin brother who said it's also happening in South Africa. So I'm trying to tell you, it's so obvious what's going on with Maduro in Venezuela, how he just stole the election, and now they arrested the woman, I forget her name, that was part of the opposition, that won the election. That even Biden had to come out in support of, that decision. And Maduro just kept it. He didn't even bother. They basically rigged it. But everybody in the world recognized that he lost. And you see how Venezuela has fallen over the years. It's sad. So, yeah. So the Elon Musk hand gesture, don't pay it any mind. Also, by the way, while we're on the topic, for those who want to know, everybody's up in arms. Oh, Trump is ending certain civil rights. Certain civil rights that were extended during the 60s through LBJ. And what he's doing is he's getting rid of affirmative action. And that's a great thing. I understand how I don't support it, but I understand how it was needed. You could say that. You could argue that it was needed at one time. But now we have to move forward, and color, race, ethnicity should not be a thing. And this is the key point to what Elon Musk and Trump are doing with these policies, is everything should be based on merit. You get hired based on how good you perform, or the part that you're playing in an organization. You get hired based on that. Not because, we have to have a quota, we have to have 5% blacks, have to have 5% Hispanics, and we have to have 3% gays, and we have to have, so we're not doing that any longer. And this is something going on around the world, as you can see when you look in the chat. I have some videos to drop later, so stay tuned. If you want to support the channel, you could do so through Cash App or Venmo, Will Flores TV, or you could just simply share this video. Very informative, clearing things up about what's going on with Elon Musk and politics as we stand right now. Stay tuned.